Hi, everybody. Davies Tyler coming at you once again with another Freefall episode. And tonight on Freefall, we're going to be discussing a few things. Well, a couple things. Uh, the first thing is going to be the new Korn album, which came out today on the 4th of February. And I got to tell you, I have been out of the loop with Korn for a while, but I really like this album. The other one's going to be discussing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the nominees, and my take on that. But let's start out with the Korn here. It's called Requiem, and Korn at their finest. I mean, Jonathan Davis sounds fantastic on this album. I mean, his voice is clear, it's crisp. I mean, I think this is the best he's sounded in a long time, or ever. Uh, Starts out with the song "Forgotten," great opener. You know, starts out strong, ends strong. Love that one. It's got that heavy where it starts heavy and then it goes to a little mellow period, then heavy, then mellow. I love that. The next one, "Let the Dark Do the Rest." Creepy opening. Uh, there's parts in there. I guess it's the guitar. I'm not a guitar man, so I don't know for sure. But it sounds like keys. Sounds like keyboards. Somebody playing keyboards, but they're not. It's not a keyboard. I love it. It's great. Start the Healing. Their single from the album. Uh, Jonathan sounds great on it. I mean, his voice. It was. I mean, uh, getting off the drugs and alcohol, whatever. I mean, it's really helped these guys come on, get back to what they should be doing. I mean, I can't help to think, but what they could have done back in the day if they'd been more clear-headed, But anyway, Start the Healing's good. So I was lost in the grandeur. Interesting guitar work on that one. Disconnect's okay. Then you get Hopeless and Beaten. Heaviest song on the whole album. Heavy. It's dark, menacing. I mean, it just kills. It's, Korn at their finest here. Penance to Sorrow. Okay. Still strong. Confession. Great. Then it ends with Worst is on its way. Again, heavy and menacing. Short album. So it's only 32 minutes, 36 seconds. Longest album. Longest song on it is 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Am I going to buy this one? Yeah, definitely. In fact, I got to go and check. Haven't heard Korn since the Peregrine Shift. The two albums following that one. Let's see, what were they? Yeah, the Serenity of Suffering and the Nothing. I haven't heard those, but I'm definitely going to go back and check them out. In fact, I have everything up to the Peregrine Shift. Kind of stopped listening to them for a while. It took them 3 years to get out the Serenity of Suffering, so that could have been why. But anyway, Path of Totality, I think, out of all all their albums, I think Path of Totality is my favorite. With See You on the Other Side coming in a strong second. I'm gonna have to do a ranking ranking the albums of Korn down the road, so you'll probably be seeing that. But anyway, be definitely getting this album. Go to YouTube Music, check it out. You'll be glad you did. I mean, it's, like I said, Korn is at its finest. Fieldy plays on it. Excuse me. He's decided to take a leave of absence, get his head straight again. So they'll be touring without him for a while. But I hope he gets back in the groove. And you know what happens. It happens to all of us. You know, there's that period where, hey, we have to say, it's time to take a break, go recharge my batteries, and get back in shape. I mean, look what happened with Brian Welch. He was, bad shape. Right after they did Take a Look in the Mirror. Very bad shape. And here he is back. He came back right before they did the Peregrine shift. That goes to show you that when you go out, you're reach your lowest point, go out, do other things, recharge your batteries, and eventually things will work out. So, the rest of the band, they're really doing great. Jonathan Davis, he sounds, this is, like I said, the strongest he's ever sounded. James Schaefer, he's doing great. Brian's doing great. I hope, Fieldy was doing great there for a while, but, like I said, he needs to get his head on straight. Ray, great addition, he, great guy, great drummer. A lot of people, I think, had falling out with the band when David Severia left the band. But, these things happen. So anyway, check it out. If you love it, support the band, buy the album. But yeah, Korn, the Requiem. Check it out. The next thing, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees. Now, I don't generally get caught up in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because it's really, for the most part, a lot of people in there shouldn't be in there. But anyway, here's the nominees. Beck. I only heard one up until today. I only heard one song of his. That was "Loser." That's all right. Took a quick listen to a couple of his albums. There's one that's really great, a more recent album. Can't remember the name of it is, but I'm definitely going to check it out. It's nice and mellow. I like mellow. I like heavy. I like dark. And I like mellow. There's the periods where you have to have mellow. Pat Bennett. So, back to back. Does he deserve to be in there? Possibly. Yeah. Pat Benatar definitely needs to be in there. Kate Bush. Not a big fan. Or big fan of Pat Benatar, but I know their music. They definitely need to be should be in there. Devo. I'm sorry, but no. A Saturday night, a band that got started on, I think, Saturday night. No. Duran Duran. Was a fan back in the day, but I'm not a big fan now. So, but maybe. Eminem. Definitely not a fan. For me, I know some of his music. I'm sorry, but no. I'm sorry. Eurythmics, no. Was not a big fan back then. I'm not a big fan now. Judas Priest, yes. Priest deserves to be in there. I love Priest. They're one of my favorite bands. I just love them. I did a rant not too long ago about them going to a 4-piece. Well, me and a bunch of other people, I think, got it out there and let them know. No, no, no. 5-piece, 5-piece, not 4. 5. 4 is no. 5, yes. So, but Priest deserves to be in there. As a gentleman, Fela Kuti. Apologies if I mispronounced that. I don't know him, so I'm going to remain neutral on him. MC5, yes. A lot of people say, well, they only had one good album. That was their first one. It was live. Who puts out their live album as their first album? I don't know of anybody else. There might be somebody, but I don't know. But it's a fantastic album. I do like their later stuff. It's not great, but I still like it. But a lot of people call them proto-punk. They brought about the punk movement. But yeah, they deserve to be in there. New York Dolls. Don't know them. Maybe I'll listen to them down the road somewhere, but not right now. So I'm going to remain neutral on the New York Dolls. Dolly Parton. Nothing against Dolly Parton, but she's country. To me, this is like getting, let's see, Pink Floyd nominated for the Country Music Hall of Fame because they put out some acoustic stuff. Rage Against the Machine, no opinion on that one. Not a fan. Lionel Richie, yeah, not a fan, but yeah, you should be in there. Carly Simon, I'm not a fan, but one of the first ladies of rock and roll. Beautiful woman, can sing, but yeah, she should be in there. A Tribe Called Quest, don't know them. Remain neutral on that one. Dionne Warwick, yes, a great woman. There's a show that back in the 70s and early 80s that she hosted. Can't remember what it was. Let's find out. Let's see. Let's go. Screwed up that one. I have Korn Dion War. Korn Dion War. There's a band name for you. There are Korn Dion War. Also sounds like maybe a French cuisine. Okay. As soon as I bring this up, I'll probably remember what it was. Ooh. Stardom, 60s. It doesn't say. Oh. So down here at the bottom. I'll be right back. Okay. It was Solid Gold. The name of the show was Solid Gold. Used to watch that all the time when I was young. Not a big fan of all some of the acts, but occasionally they had somebody on there that I liked. But she did a fantastic job. She could sing. But yeah, this list of nominees is not as bad as some of the lists I've seen in the past. But like I said, Dolly Parton. Some people associate country and rock and roll, with the past as walking hand in hand, but not today. Dolly, she's country. This is Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But that's me. So we'll see what happens. I don't know when the voting is. Well, I know the vote's going out right now, but I don't know when they're going to announce the finalists. But it's going to be interesting to see. Priest, come on, vote for Priest. But anyway, one other thing before I sign off. Had somebody ask me a question on the comments. They said, it's great I did this channel, but who really cares about bands from 40 years ago? And I think it was my rant on Priest going from a 5-piece to 4-piece. A lot of people care. Music is a wonderful medium. It's a one of the wonderful things we have in our lives. I love music. It's inspired me. It makes me, when I listen to certain songs, like, for instance, Nights in White Satin, one of my all-time favorite songs. It helped me picture the ending of my second book that I wrote. It just, when you get those certain songs, and makes you think. It can be so inspiring. It goes to show you it's more than just make you feel good. It makes you think. It can make you think and inspire you to do things. Make you think, inspire to write things. A lot of people alive today or born today don't know about these bands. They just, I want to tell them about these bands. Pete Pardo, the same thing. Bryce and Jack, a whole bunch of people that on YouTube who want to get the message out about these bands. Information is power. It helps you decide what you want to do with your life. They sit there and say, well, I don't like Pink Floyd. I think they suck. And, tell me that to my face because Pink Floyd, another one of my favorite bands. It's not going to be, maybe say, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to stop listening to Pink Floyd because you don't like them. I shouldn't like them either. Well, too freaking bad. Doing that negativity, it serves no purpose other than make people feel bad. We need more positive thinking here. We need more people thinking outside the box. Thinking for themselves. Freedom is a very dear thing, and it can be taken away from you. Maybe not all at once, but bit by bit, it can be chipped away. Before you know it, it's gone. A lot of people in this country who are born in this country, they don't know anything about communism. They don't know anything about these other countries, the struggles that people go through. They don't know about it because they're here. We're here. We've had freedom. And then sit there and spit on it, but I'm not going to get into political rant. That's the direction I'm going right now. I don't want to get into that. But my point is, I want to get the message out about these bands. Let people know that they exist. There's a lot of bands that I like now, like Candlemass, MC5, Wishbone Ash, A lot of bands that I maybe knew a little bit about or didn't know at all, like Candlemass. I didn't know Candlemass existed until this past year. I love them. A lot of bands that I knew back in the day that I was leery of, like 10cc. Started listening to their stuff. Find out that there's more than just their hits that kind of got wore out back in the day with me. You know, it's one to let younger generation know and decide for themselves if they want to listen to this. You know, that's why I say go out and check it out. You know, go on to YouTube Music. Great place to discover music. Or on just YouTube. Give them a listen. Give them a chance. You may discover that, hey, I like this. Like Beck. I really don't know who he was until tonight the other day when I wrote this list out of nominees. I went on there. I said, oh, I've heard Loser before. And listened to this other album. I want to go back and check it out. So, you know, expand your horizons. Expand your horizons, and it may change things in your life. You know, maybe not, maybe big, maybe small, maybe minute, but it can still be a changer. It can inspire you to do things. You know, that day you're sitting around and just, you know, you're feeling glum, you turn on that one band, that one song, and boom, you're reinvigorated. Or that one day you don't feel like listening to cheery music, you know, put on, you know, Celtic Frost. Celtic Frost, I love it. You know, I didn't know about them till this year. But that is why I do this. That's why I talk about older bands. I also talk about newer bands. Green Lung. I heard them, their new album last October. Hadn't come out yet. And I'm like, I was blown away. That hand came out and grabbed me by the collar and pulled me in, man. I ordered the album. I love it. Every time more and more I listen to it, more and more I fall in love with it. I'm going to definitely get their previous album. I think it's called Woodland Rights. Definitely going to get that one. As well as the EP, something The Witch. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, plenty of new bands that I've been getting into. And I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do Jethro Tull. Rank the albums of Jethro Tull. He put a new one out, the Zealot Gene. If you haven't heard it, listen to it. You might turn into a Jethro Tull fan. I mean, is it as good as the stuff from the 70s and 80s? I would say yes. Yes, it takes a bit from each decade, as far as I'm concerned. That, you know, there's a little bit of each decade in the Zealot Gene. It might have been a little bit better had COVID. Ooh, I said the C word, the big C. That hadn't hit because it kind of put a kibosh on the recording. So Ian had to do some acoustic stuff. Otherwise, we'd still be waiting for it. But check that out, Zealot Gene, and then go back and check the back catalog. You know, check them out. But that's why I do it, to get information out to you, music fans, and give you information so you can decide for yourself. Do I like it or do I not? But check it out. You know, give it a chance. If you don't like it, fine. Don't listen to it anymore. But just remember, for every band you don't like, there are a whole bunch of people who do like that band. And vice versa. For every band you like, there are people out there that don't like that band. So remember that. But to sit there and say, go out and tell somebody, oh, you like Judas Priest? Oh, God, get away from me. It serves no purpose. So anyway, that's why I do what I do. That's why people like Pete Pardo, Bryce, Jack, all those guys do what they do. But yeah, music is fantastic. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and check out some of my previous videos. Um, I'm still getting started. I just started this channel back in November, and I'm still working things out. Hopefully, I can get more into a groove here. But when you work 6 days, well, 5.5 days a week, Monday through Saturday, I work probably about half a day on Saturday, 9 to 3, 9 to 5 in wintertime during the weekdays, and 9 to 6 in the summertime. It doesn't leave too much time to do stuff like this. But I try to get it in as much as possible. Plus, when you write books too, it kind of makes it tough. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you information on the new Korn album and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and so on. And anyway, have a good night or good morning wherever you are, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.